All right. It's Friday morning. Look at this, I'm practicing. This is my PV Forenza. It's a present from my friend Rob. I'm playing it every day. I worked on it yesterday. I got the action a little lower. And my son Riker's learning, and he's been practicing on it. Got P9's really nice guitar. And I got a little, I don't know why it's so buzzy in here. The guitar's not that buzzy. It's like the electricity, I don't know. But yeah, we're in the house. As you can see, it's piled up because we're remodeling. But yeah, so just, I've been watching a few of those Gibson TV Icon videos. They're really cool. I'm not usually ever into that kind of stuff. It started with watching the Tony Iommi one, and they're about an hour and 10 minutes long. And, about getting the band together and, fighting the power and all this stuff. It was cool. And then I watched the Jerry Cantrell one. Oh, that was just slayed me. And then I watched Rex Brown, from the bass player from Pantera, his one. And one thing that was funny about those three, they all have a similar arc. They're all childhood friends, I think Ozzy and Geezer Butler were friends, and Tony Iommi and Bill Ward were friends, and maybe Tony Iommi and Bill Ward were like a year older, but they all were from Birmingham, and they all grew up together. And kind of same thing with a little bit with Alice in Chains. Very, very interesting story of him moving to Texas and then end up getting involved with Dimebag and Pantera. And just the way he talked about it, he's like, yeah, we went to this bar in like Dallas and Pantera was playing, and we were like, whoa. Like, whoa. So then I watched the Rex Brown one. Oh my God, some of the footage of live Pantera, like especially when they were kids, like young. Oh my God. All of them. I mean, Phil's voice and Dime, and I mean, Vinny and those songs. Oh man. Like a live footage of them playing Cowboys from Hell. I mean, just crazy. And they were all, well, obviously Vinny and Dime are brothers, and then Rex, I think Rex and Vinny were friends from when they were like 14. And Rex played tuba in the band, just like my son plays tuba. But in like the marching band. But then they had a singer, an original 80s singer. When I first moved to LA, there was a guy that me and my friend, me and one of my guitar students moved to Hollywood in the mid 80s and lived in my car, and we met some dude, Trey Barclay was his name, and he was from Beaumont, Texas, and he had just done like The Dating Game. He was an actor, and he was like, and I don't know, but he was like he was like a normal dude, but he was like and all he talked about was Pantera, and he had the record. But they were like Van Halen. They were like Hairspray and doing like shuffles and stuff. And they were like still in their glam thing. This was before Phil. This was mid 80s. But he was so into Pantera, and that's where I originally got exposed to Pantera.
I guess we opened the parking lot.
Hold on, anyway. So there you have it. Hold on one second. I'm just in the middle of 8 things at one time. Hold on one second. Hey guys, I'm just wrapping something up. I'll jump on in a second. All right, sorry about that. But, and then I watched the Kirk Hammett one, and he talks so much about practicing. And Yeah, and Metallica, they were friends, and they all grew up in San Francisco, and I don't know, just got me really inspired. Kurt talking a lot about practicing, Dimebag talking, or them talking about Dimebag. Basically, Rex said like Dimebag could barely play. He said, he said he he said at some point he literally went into his bedroom with Ozzy Osbourne's Diary of a Madman and like Van Halen 1, and he said he never came out. Nobody saw him for like 6 months or a year. So it's kind of like the crossroads. And he said when he came out of that bedroom finally and he started playing, everybody was like, "What?" Like ridiculous. Like he went from a guy that couldn't play to like virtuoso. This is interesting, but this is what I'm doing. I'm back playing every day. One thing that on one of the Uncle Larry videos from the other day, Tom Bukovic, he talked about like he likes to start his morning with like a coffee and playing guitar. And I thought, you know what? That's a great idea because I enjoy this. I enjoy playing guitar. So that's my thing. I've been doing it the last few mornings, just getting up and just playing. And you know what? Not being tripped out. And I'll tell you why. Because like my playing is solid for what I do for a living, but it's not. I have. It's been my life. It's been a lifetime really since I've like pursued becoming a better guitar player. Like I from like 14 to 22, I played 10 hours a day and I was like chasing, Ingve and Eddie and Al Di Meola and, Alex Lifeson and all this stuff. And then once I started singing, I was like, I'm done with that. I don't want to practice anymore. I'm sick of guitar. Not that I was sick of guitar, but I kind of cashed in a lot of my childhood by myself in my bedroom with a metronome, doing that. And I was just over it. And when I first gotten out, this was right when I was out in LA about 6 months when I started singing, and I was taking guitar lessons from Paul Gilbert, and I was really into it. And then all of a sudden, I sang one night at a karaoke bar, and everybody was like, "Wow, they liked it." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I like this." And you don't have to move gear. Sign me up. But that was it, and I never really actively pursued being a better guitar player. So my playing, in a sense, has evolved because I do it every day for a living, and my musicality has improved. But I haven't like pursued it. But now I'm pursuing it, and I know what I'm working on, which is chicken picking. That's what I've been doing. It's what the Doug Seven says. His first thing, just get that downstroke, upstroke with the middle finger. So it's down pick, up middle finger, down pick. And I'm letting my fingernails grow. Look at that. So if the guitar thing doesn't work out, it can become a high fashion model. Or like a hand model, like the dude from the movie, David Duchovny, the Zoolander. I don't know. Maybe it was Zoolander. I don't know. I feel like I'm ridiculously good looking too. You too can't not die in a freak gasoline fight accident. That's it. So it's down, up with the middle, down with the pick, up with the middle. And you can alternate, middle or ring. Yeah. So that's ring, middle. Yeah. All right. I ended up selling my road worn Telecaster last night to a dude that is the coolest dude in Nashville. My favorite band that I've seen in Nashville in the 8 years that I've been here is a band called the Eskimo Brothers. If anybody knows who they are, if you don't know who they are, Google them and go onto their site. They're bad ass, man. And this dude's like telly guy, kind of like rockabilly, a little country, a little punk, a little bit of everything. And then there's like a stand-up bass player and like a drummer, kind of like a Stray Cats setup. But they're cool, man. I used to go see them at a Crossroads when I used to go downtown to hang out and watch bands, and man, they were so inspiring. I put the guitar back up for sale because I put it up, and I got a bunch of people, hitting me up with like, "Hey, you want to trade her some guitar picks?" And I was like, "Forget it." And he hit me up last night. He's like, hey, I have the exact same year. I want the guitar. And I was like, oh, somebody's like not coming out, like, is it available? Haggling. And he was like, I want it. I was like, oh, this is great. So anyway, needless to say, I look him up. I'm like, oh, dude, you're the guy from the Eskimo Brothers. So he's got the exact same guitar. So this is going to be his double, you know. And it's great, man. I mean, it needs to go somewhere that somebody's going to really, torture it and, make it theirs. So that's exciting. But there you have it. So hopefully the rest of my guitars that are in the shop at Elliott's are going to be done today. That would be awesome. And yeah, because I'm productive, right? I'm in mode. I got guitars that I got to track. I'm programming drums on an EP right now and writing kind of a pop EP. I got a bunch of things going on. So all the guitars should be back hopefully today. So I'll do that final video of the whatever, the guitar, the history of the guitar. So I got to get back to this, man. Peace.